Hey guys, welcome to another Homelab Series video today. In today's video, we'll be showing you how to set up a shared folder in Synology so that you can mount it via an SMB or an NFS mount on your system. So this video is also sponsored by me, myself, and I. So if you enjoy my content, want to sponsor me, or send me some free swag, my email is in the description below. So let's get started, guys. Alright, so in our last Synology video, we created a storage pool and we created 2 volumes. So you can see here, storage pool, 2 volumes, one's about 200, the other one's about 100 gigs. But even when you create the volumes, you can't really do anything with these because they're just Synology volumes. No one knows how it all works, and you can't mount this. The way to mount it is you have to create a shared folder. So what we'll go here is go to Control Panel, go to Shared Folders. From here, we can create a shared folder. And in this case, we'll name it like Volume 1, right? And the location will be mounted to Volume 1. Obviously, you can do Volume 2 or whatever other volumes, but we'll just name it in this simple case. Now, you can also enable a recycling bin in case you have deleted files. You can still kind of keep it in a recycling bin kind of location. In this case, we're just going to disable it. No worries, but if you want to, you can. We'll hit next. Next thing is you can encrypt this volume or shared folder, but we're not going to. In case you guys want to know the process around that, let me know in the comments below. So that's pretty much it. So that right here will essentially create the volume. Then you need to give access to the volume. So in this case, I'll give my user, Lucifer, read and write access to this volume. So we'll hit apply. And now you've created a shared folder that you can use. And it will essentially populate this volume that you created in Synology. So from there, you can open like a Windows Explorer. You can do whack 192.168.1.9/volume1 because we named it volume 1. We'll log into our local user that we created, and you can see that this volume's empty. So from here, you can create like a new text file. So let's just create a text file, test.txt. We'll just leave that in there. With that, you can actually now go to File Station and you can actually go see your volumes here. So in this case, my volume 1 that I created, the share folder called volume 1, you can now see that there is a text.txt. The one thing that I didn't show in here though is you have to have the SMB enabled. So I already had it enabled previously, so it didn't actually prompt me, but it would prompt you if you wanted to use it. And you would want to enable it. So under File Services, you want to enable SMB here, and you can pretty much leave everything as default. The other thing that we'll want to also enable is NFS. So if you switch the NFS permissions and this isn't turned on, you can turn it on there, or you can just come here and click Enable also. So the thing with NFS though, you would actually have to, after you create the share folder, you can't just actually mount NFS. You actually have to hit edit here on the share folder and then go to NFS permissions. So from here, what we'll do is we'll essentially say anything in my 192.168.0/24 network can mount it. So this is the same kind of when we did like the NFS server with our Etsy exports. So just saying, hey, I'm going to allow anyone on my network access, or you can just do like a star to wildcard anything and everything, which I wouldn't recommend. Always do something that's known, such as the IP that you want to mount it from or the range that you want to mount it from. And then we can leave everything else as default. So we'll click save here, and then we'll click save again so it will process. Now, the thing here is, if you go back to NFS permissions, you'll see this is the mount path. This is very important because you're like, well, what's the mount path? This is the mount path. So it'll actually go off of, so I named it badly because I named both the shared folder volume 1 as well as the as the storage pool volume 1 is also. So you essentially have the storage pool volume, so volume 1, and then the shared folder name, which is volume 1. So, but that's okay. So let's log into one of my servers here. We'll probably just log into our SFTP server. And we will create a directory, mount volume 1, and then we'll run the mount command. So mount tfs 192.168.1.9, and then volume 1. So that's the mount point, right? Volume 1, matches the mount point path. And then we'll mount it to mount volume 1. So now if we go to mount volume 1, we should see this test.txt.txt because apparently Windows does the thing, but we can touch NFS test.txt. So now we should be able to see it here too. Cancel that, close out of that, reload this. Now we should be able to see the NFS test, and in here we should be able to see the NFS test. So this is kind of nice because you can mount it various ways, whether you want to mount it SMB or NFS. I think there's even AFS, which I haven't played around with, but I would need to like set up a Mac thingy. I do have a Mac, but I would have to set it up for a demo here. To do it, wait, give me a second. Yeah, file services. Yeah, so they have AFP as well for your Mac. As well as like FTP and rsync, but for the main things, you're probably either going to use SMB because you're using Windows, or NFS because you're using like a Unix-based system, which you can obviously cross-mount to both, and then have a shared file network storage assigned to it. So that's essentially how you set up the share so that you can put things in your volume and now use it as a network share across all your clients, desktops, servers, whatever else you need. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.